Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain.
When you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness.
I'm not trying to sell you on this idea in the sense of converting you to it. I want you to play with it. I want you to think of its possibilities. I'm not trying to prove it. I'm just putting it forward as a possibility of life to think about.
Welcome to Mind Hacking Happiness. Calm the fuck down and take your seats.
The only way to get rid of it is to accept it as it is right now.
Some people say a science of consciousness is impossible. I think that we may need one or two ideas that initially seem crazy before we can come to grips with consciousness.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Mind Hacking Happiness. Okay, so what is Mind Hacking Happiness and what is this thing? I'll tell you in a moment. Okay, so Mind Hacking Happiness is the channel designed to help you take control of your mind. Now, why is that more super awesome than it actually just sounded? Okay, so the fact is that your mind creates your whole life. There's absolutely no part of your life where your mind doesn't touch it, your mind doesn't paint it, your mind doesn't influence it, your mind doesn't create the reactions that you have because of what's going on around you. And right now, you are not in control of your mind, and you don't even know it, but you soon will be in control of your mind after viewing a lot of this stuff and maybe reading some of the material that I tell you to read that will allow you to understand how to take control of your mind. Am I qualified to do this? Yes. A couple of the things that I will probably suggest that you read are a couple of books that I wrote because I've been credited with figuring out some things that other people haven't figured out yet globally. Mind Hacking Happiness Volume 1 explains your mind soup to nuts and how you can take control of it in a way that you never thought possible. This actually kind of finishes the work that Aristotle started thousands of years ago that no one bothered to finish, but is now finished, which is cool. This book's been called one of the best books on the mind currently in print. And this one, which goes deeper, which is usually reserved for having to go sit on a very high mountain with a very ancient Asian dude with a very long white beard. This one tells you everything you ever wanted to know about deep wisdom, deep intelligence, and that awesome mystical thing called spiritual enlightenment. This book has been called the best book on spiritual enlightenment currently in print by a researcher who's read hundreds of them. So there you go. That's my credibility on delivering you this content. Second, I have the right credibility because I have the right posters up on the wall. If you notice, I have Albert Einstein over here. You can just see his tongue. I have a monkey with a pair of headphones on, which I don't know why represents me, but I like it, so I put it up there. Over here, I have a number of smiley faces, which represents the different types of happiness that we can all experience individually that are customized to our individual experience. Over here, a really cool artist did a rendition of me that looks like a tiger. In fact, it is a tiger. I don't know why, but I am a tiger. Alan Watts down here in the lower right. If you like Alan Watts, you're going to like this podcast, or at least some of the content, because we are definitely going to touch on how to hack the mind and increase happiness based on the topics or the disciplines of science, philosophy, and ancient wisdom traditions, of which Alan Watts was an expert in all three. Over here, I have a sign which I will hide little messages and Easter eggs for potential contests and things like that. So keep a hold of that and notice that if you can on the various podcast episodes. And then also, I have a green screen in which I can then just erase everything that I just showed you, put a custom backdrop behind me. And of course, we have multiple camera angles in the studio for guests and for different stuff that'll go on here. We may have musical guests, we may have speaking guests, we may have scientists on board who want to talk about various topics. We also have computers hooked up to this thing so we can do Skype interviews, etc. That's what the future promises. If you notice, I haven't told you what this thing is yet. Let me show you. It's the mallet for the gong. And what mind master worth his weight in salt wouldn't have a gong on the back wall? So you know I'm legit. I hope these messages find you well. I am someone who can help you master your mind in all seriousness. I will tell you how your stuff works. It's up to you to then work it. and take control of your mind and make your life what you want it to be, which is entirely possible. And I can help you get there. And it is an awesome place to be, because regardless of the shit show that's going on out in the world or whatever is trying to ruin your mojo, none of it can if you're in control of your mind. So it is really simple. It's not tough to do. It does take some practice. I mean, there is a level of mastery, $10,000 hours to gain a level of mastery. So you will have to practice some of the simple stuff over and over, but at the same time, after you do it, your mind, this plasticity thing, starts to work it for you and makes it more automatic over time. So the longer you're with us, the easier it'll be. And then someday you can just leave and say, I'm going to be my own mind master, and I'm going to go teach other people how to be mind masters. And we can part friends, because we're always going to be friends. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe and hit that little bell button thingy that gives you the alerts that new videos are coming up, because we're going to have a lot of them, and you'll want to know which ones not to miss. Peace.